Over 13 years ago, chess titans Magnus Carlsen and Hikaru Nakamura faced off against one another until 4:30 in the morning in a dark hotel in Moscow. The only thing is, no one was really there to see it happen. It's a game that's passed into chess mythology, and one that Hikaru has since said was the single worst decision of his entire career. Okay, so you're probably familiar with the glamorous side of chess. You know, streamers, tournaments, championships, all the glitz and glam that comes with the official side of chess. But there's another side to this sport, a hidden one, where titans of the game clash behind closed doors. And most of the time, we never get to hear about them, except for this one. According to an infamous post on the US Chess Federation forum by Macaulay Peterson, the story goes like this. It's November 2010 in Moscow, Russia, after the World's Blitz Championship that saw Magnus Carlsen come in third and Hikaru place fifth. As he's leaving the event, when asked what his evening plans were, Magnus jokingly said he wanted to play 100 more matches against Hikaru. But as it turns out, Magnus wasn't joking. As Peterson explains, at the time this was something of a fantasy come true for many chess enthusiasts, especially given Carlsen's prestige and the US #1 Hikaru's growing following. To see them duke it out for 100 rounds would be fucking insane. Only problem is, despite blitz chess being faster, 100 matches would likely take a full day's work. Peterson even said that Russian Grandmaster Vladimir Kremnik refused to watch because it was just too insane. However, Hikaru, though skeptical, happily agreed and let everyone know about it. So armed with a borrowed clock and a pricey chess set bought in the middle of the night, the two would meet for a private session in a hotel suite for an agreed 40 matches. Only accompanied by a few silent viewers, including Peterson, who thankfully saved a short look into this legendary moment. Six hours later, into the wee hours of the AM, the two finished, and the score was forever kept secret, though many claim that Carlsen won. The two went their separate ways, and 13 years later, this remains one of the coolest stories in chess history. It's like if Simple and Nico 1v1'd on an AIM map for like 6 hours straight in one of their parents' basement. It's epic. Now, you'd think that Hikaru would look back fondly on such a legendary showdown. So the question is, why does he view it as one of the biggest mistakes of his entire career?
But the reason that I probably should not have agreed to play this match, and why I very oftentimes reference it as one of the biggest mistakes in terms of competitive chess that I made, is specifically because it gave Magnus a chance to understand my style of chess.
Listen, there's a metric ton of different chess openings you can play, but do 40 matches of blitz against the same person for over 6 hours and you're going to start to see patterns and common playstyles. And at the highest level, even a small advantage can make all the difference. So Hikaru believes that over the 40 matches, Magnus learned that he was a little risky with his openings, and he used that knowledge to his advantage in their future professional meetings.
And so for me, after that match, it wasn't even so much that I lost the match or the margin I lost by, but it was the fact that I realized how hard it was to beat him, even once you got the advantage. And I think for Magnus, he learned that my weakness was the openings.
The real question is, was this all a part of Magnus's plan all along? After not getting the result he wanted at the World Blitz Championship, he saw another opportunity. He could offer the #1 player in the US the chance to face him all night, because he knew that Hikaru wouldn't refuse. But secretly, it was all in an effort to study the rising stars' tricks and secrets. Now, Carlsen has claimed that he simply just wanted to play chess that night, and any remaining effects Hikaru has from it is purely psychological. But looking at their head-to-head results, is the proof kind of in the pudding? And was it a result of that one night? Magnus has his number for sure, but then I guess he's had everyone's number for over a decade now. And despite seeing this as a career mistake, Hikaru also claims he doesn't regret this decision because he thinks that everything is meant to be, and moments like that night are why he loves chess so much. Today, Hikaru and Magnus's rivalry is otherworldly, thanks in part to them being the two most famous faces in chess on the planet. But ever since that night, Hikaru has only beaten Magnus in classical chess once. So far. This whole hotel story kind of reminds me of, there's this moment, could have been the most legendary moment in CS history, where K&G wanted to 1v1 NA player FNS. So he went looking and looking and looking in the hotel, the player hotel, to try and find him, be like, I want to 1v1 you. But unfortunately, I think FNS just like was sick or something, and he wasn't up to it. But could have been one of the most legendary moments in esports, like this one.